To access all full body language breakdown videos in entirety, hours upon hours, click the link in the description to take you through to the Patreon. Thanks. Everyday Superpower, where we talk body language, relationships, game, and everything in between. Jumping back into our viewing of Blind Dating a Famous Comedian. The dudes are about to meet the supposed famous comedian. I don't know who this is. You're going to have to tell me if it's a famous comedian or not. But all I'm telling you is she's a little dime piece, yeah? Let's see how we go. We'll break down all the body language down in the comment section. If not, the description of the video, you're going to have the playlist so you can go from the top if needs be. But enjoy the ride. I'm going to teach you how things are. Yeah, let's go.
Bitch.
So obviously, to recap from the last episode, we're gonna have some serious competitive anxiety between these dudes here. Now, the term competitive anxiety tends to be, you know, given as a biological staple for the women, right? But there is still a pecking order of its own design in the biological realms of the man, okay? The testosterone that surges through the brains of these individuals will not allow them to come last. Every man wants to be number one. Do not let them tell you otherwise. Unless it's for some strategic, tactical reason, which indirectly places them as the powerhouse of the group without them having to take the responsibilities of being at the top. But that's the realm of politics, right?
Alright guys, ready to meet Megan?
Yeah.
You ready to meet Megan? Yeah, so we got some funny guys, obviously, expressive dudes, characters. You know what? Sometimes we'll get a mix and match on who we introduce on these programs. These are some good-looking dudes, some good characters. We're going to have a good time, yeah? Plenty of good competition. Right, we're all clapping. My guy on the right-hand side's too busy fiddling with his bag. He's not fussed, is he? Right, here we go. So, first and foremost, let's pay attention to height, yeah? So, the lady is of small stature. She's brought a little closer to the camera than the men, so she should be, you know, aligned a little more so from a height perspective. These videos are recorded really well, and the way they angle things and position the people is really good, captured really well. So, pay attention to height, because we've got a couple of taller people who've been placed on the back end with intention, I assume. All right, so we've got the guy who's suited and booted, and the guy who's furthest on the left. He's just as tall as that guy. They've moved them to the back of the group, so when they turn around, they're not obscuring what we got before. Indirectly, right, we have to pay attention to how that affects our perception. Okay, so dynamically speaking, proxemically speaking, yes, I always speak on attraction and repulsion, and that interlinks with familiarity. So if somebody is closer to us, if somebody is more within our space from a proxemic basis, we have to understand we've got several rings that non-verbally emanate from us, right? We've got a friendly ring. We've got a social ring. Internally, we've got an intimate ring. And then we've got the physical touch. The men who are closer to her proxemically, naturally, should attract her attention first, disregarding the separation in height. Why is that? Because a survival mechanism is going to ring off, ding ding, threat alert, what's close to me, who's close to me. I need to identify the potential threat. From there, given the people who are closer to her, plays her cards, right? This is pseudoscientific, don't take my word for it. There should be a growth in attraction and closeness over time as that person continues to emphasize and showcase that they are of no threat, and that proxemic closeness is going to be adding emphasis on that. So they will be the first to bring her walls down. Okay? Now, over time, as she engages with the group for a minute or two, given everybody plays right, they're all gonna be cool, calm, and confident and comfortable within the same space. But first to break it will be those who come close. And it's not just the first to break, it'll be a make or break. So if you're that close to someone and you're threatening, whoa, repulsion, rejection, and if that's a first impression, that's a nightmare. Let's go from here, yeah?
You guys ready to meet Megan?
Yeah. They're barking. They're ready.
Get ready to meet the love of your life. 3, 2, 1.
Right, one moment.
Get ready to meet.
So the posture. She knows she got cameras pointing at her, right? She could stand upright like these men are doing. Have you noticed how the men are all standing straight upright because the height is significant? They know it. She knows it. They're in a competition here and every little helps. A lot of men on them dating sites are lying about their height. Are you doing that? If I ask you your height, are you going to add an inch or two onto there, or are you going to be real with me? That's what I'm asking you as the person observing this program. That says enough, doesn't it, really? She, on the other hand, is not only limiting her height, so the masculine in relation to the feminine, I'm small, I want to be looked after, I'm cute, as opposed to the I'm big, expansive, territorial, and masculine. The leg is showing the camera the curvature. We have to get our best side forward, right? We've come dressed to impress with reason. The high heels accentuate the tonality of the leg, accentuate the tonality and the musculature of the calves, accentuate the fertility that is accented with the derriere. The high heel was initially brought into fashion for men. And then the women started wearing it, and suddenly we realized, whoa, it accentuates my fertility. And that accentuation of fertility, or the superficial aesthetic of such, is very attractive to the man, such as the superficiality of the blushing makeup, of the lipstick, for reasons I've explained once and twice before, and maybe one day I'll go back into that again. Let's go.
The love of your life. 3, 2, 1.
Holy oh my god.
My name is Megan.
Right, okay. Verbal submittance. Oh my god, you're beautiful. Oh my god. Oh my god. Pick me. We may look like we're trying to give a compliment to her, but what we're really doing is trying to create attention to ourselves. Peep game here. When your friend just goes and buys a new coat from the shop and he's feeling himself and he's looking good, he's more prone to come up to you and say, you're looking good, man. You're looking... In order for you to bounce that compliment back at him in a reflection that he sees in you, as we identify the entire world and the people around us as a mirror of ourselves, given we approach it as 90%, 95, 99% of society does, in an egocentric, self-centered manner. Let's go.
Get ready to meet the love of your life. 3, 2, 1.
Right. Guy in the hat holding back. Mouth-blocking behaviour. Producers have done the dude in the back middle dirty. They've put this short guy here trying to elevate and see above and beyond the men before him. They've done him dirty. They've put him between two pillars of masculinity. It's a bad situation for him. It's a bad situation for him. One moment.
Your life.
Watch.
3, 2, 1.
They turn around. Has the producer said, oh, make a noise, let me record that again when you turn around, come on, we need to get some dramatic sense. Why do I say that? Because the men, this is body language game here, the men are looking at the woman. The body isn't. The feet aren't. The body is bladed towards the camera, whereas the dramaticism and the eye contact And the twist of the neck is towards the lady. It's as if she's caught them off guard by walking in the room as they've been present having a conversation. That's not the case. They were supposed to turn around and engage with her. Have you seen how the body is non-congruent with the head here? This is manufactured. It's superficial. Pay attention.
Holy oh my god.
My name is Megan.
And that, oh my god, was probably not real. Okay, manufactured, superficial.
Holy.
Touching of the head. He's been told to say it. Camera zooms up on him. As he says it, he feels uncomfortable in the fact he's verbalizing this validating statement. Why do we know this? Because he pacifies himself. He self-soothes himself as he does it. He touches his forehead, stimulating the nerve endings.
Oh my god.
My name is.
Oh my god, he says as he claps his hand in a half-assed manner. Okay. Guy in the back here, minimizing himself. Shoulders up, turtling the neck, defending the neck because he's threatened. Hands in the pockets, he's defensive, he's reserved. He's not jumping out. We've got mirroring here from guy in the red trousers and his counterpart beside him. Okay, by the way, if you wear a hat and you're dating, or if you wear a hat generally speaking, it's a potential showcase of insecurity. I wonder if this guy is uncomfortable about his hairline, or whether he's balding, or whether he shaves his head. All right, to all the men out there, it's called male pattern baldness. It's symbolic of you actually being a man. Don't worry about it. Okay, it's symbolic of masculinity. Okay. We've got a holding of the wrist on the guy in the maroon in the front. That holding of the wrist is regressive to a childlike state. And we've got crossed arms with the grey sweater here. Men, pay attention and learn. You don't want to be any of these dudes. You don't want to be presented as any of these dudes. You want to have your torso, your genital area, your neck exposed. It shows that you're not threatened. When we cover this side, it means that we are facing a potential threat, and we are covering ourselves up because we're scared we're going to be attacked. That's what our primitive mind tells us. Okay? On a side note, this guy in the back with the hands in the pocket, he's got a hat on. P, the letter P, embroidered upon his cap. I know that's an American football team or something called the Pirates, right? But some say, as far as alphabetically, P is the strongest number, the most magical number. What's P? P is pimping. P is power. P is the phallus. P is the creation. So let's keep moving, shall we? Men, don't cross your arms. Don't wear a cap indoors. Let's go.
Is Megan Botnick. I'm a comedian. I get paid to troll.
Nice.
Do you guys like a girl that trolls you?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm afraid of women.
My favorite song is Man Eater. You're about to find out why.
So this is the comedy. This is funny. I'm not going to criticize the comedy, all right? I'm not here to criticize anyone, but it's more important for men to be funny. What do women say? I want a funny man, right? So biologically speaking, you find more funny men than funny women because it's not necessarily a trait necessary for procreation within the world of the woman. Not only that, but when a woman says she wants a funny man, that's not necessarily what she actually means. She means a man she can submit to, right? Smiling is submissive, laughing is submissive. You're more likely to laugh and smile at your boss's jokes, even though they're not funny, than a subordinate of yours, if not someone on even playing field, right? You don't want to hurt their feelings. You want to go along with what they're saying. You take their orders on a subconscious basis, so you smile more around them. This is interlinked with our ape ancestors and whatnot. You see the chimps doing it and whatnot, all right? Let's go back.
Favorite song is Man Eater. You're about to find out why.
Oh God.
I love cats.
I love cats, she says. Pay attention to the gesture.
Oh God.
I love cats.
Very expansive gesture. Why? Have we got a cat on the side stage? Have we been engaging with the production team over our love of cats? There's a reason why the arm expands at this particular moment in time. not necessarily proven by science at this moment in time, but some argue that the elevation of the arm and the revealing of the armpit exposes pheromones, all right? You know what that means. It's a sexual non-verbal cue as it releases a unconscious bonding fragrance in the air, okay?
That's meow. Not talking about the ones that meow. I love bitches too.
Very funny, very funny. She says, I love bitches too. Do you think a man is going to call himself a bitch at this point? Is this a shit test? Shall we find out? I wouldn't speak out right now. I wouldn't say, oh yeah, you're going to love me then, right?
I love cats. Meow. Not talking about the ones that meow. I love bitches too.
We've got a dry throat here. Symbolic of stress. High anxiety, right? Cotton ball mouth. Uh-oh. Listen.
Same here.
I'm just kidding, but I also like cats.
Nobody responds. She says, just kidding, because no men took the bait. Well done! Well done! Well done! Well done! No man was the first to jump through the hoop and say, I'm a bitch. That's a great... That was a great shit test. That was a great shit test. This goes to show how these women, they don't necessarily know the tests they run the men through, right? To test their boundaries. It's all subconscious. So her making a joke is just a joke, but if a man responds just like, you know, to garner her attention and to validate her by saying, oh, I can respond to that, so I will respond to that by saying, you're going to love me, or I'm a bitch, or anything associated with that, you've flopped, you've fallen on your face. You have diminished your character for the sake of appeasing me. That's not right.
And I do like shy guys.
I do like shy guys. We've got expansive posture here, territorial, okay. Sharp, bladed elbows, expansive, territorial figure. I gotta put some respect on her. I do like the fact that she's not like the dudes before her. She's not mirroring off. Imagine if she was obstructing herself as they were obstructing theirself. It'd be a bit problematic, wouldn't it? From a communication standpoint, the mind aligns with the body and the vice versa. So if I'm blocking myself off, my brain is just like, we're in defense mode, and I'm seeing those over there in defense mode. Am I going to war, or am I supposed to be having fun here, you know? Most powerful fingers, the thumb forms a arrow down to the derriere that we don't see right now.
I'd say, like a guy that really isn't holding the best. And I do like shy guys, I'd say, like a guy that really isn't holding the best.
Pay attention.
And I do like shy.
I do like shy guys. She said she's been overtly dominant here, okay? Perhaps overcompensatory to some degree. Why do I say that? Because we've got a defiant jut of the chin in relation to the expansive territorial arms here, okay? We're making ourselves bigger. We're looking defiant. We're against authority because we're not threatened. Why are we not threatened? Because we're exposing the whole body, including the neck, yeah? Have a look at some mug shots of criminals who've been caught, who don't care, don't like the law, and are standing strong and tall. They'll have a jut of the jaw upwards. They'll be looking down their nose at you, right? Pay attention. You've heard that before, right?
Shy guys, I'd say, like a guy that really isn't holding the best eye contact. I see one a little nervous.
There we go. We got shit tests once again. Pay attention. We got shit tests 101. We're trying to assert dominance here. I like shy guys, okay? She's trying to garner information in who she has before her here, right?
A guy that really isn't holding the best eye contact.
Not holding the best eye
I
contact.
see one a little nervous. I don't know if he's doing that on purpose because I
Yeah, we're acting. We're theatrical.
said that or if he's always been like that.
All right, guys, we're going to move to the swiping round where Megan's going
Coming up, we got the swiping round, yeah? This is where the game begins. This is going to be good, yeah?
left on you guys. But before we get to that, you guys have a chance to opt out for the rest of this video and swipe left on Megan right
Right, is anybody going to swipe left? Let's find out. No one's going to swipe left, let's be real.
now.
Unless it's false.
So raise your hand if you guys don't want to continue the date. And
Pay attention.
so
Raise your hand, he says, as he holds his own hand and he pulls it down. Nope, no hands are coming up. I'm holding tight onto them. We're clutching. We're firm, we're strong, we're steady, right?
your hand if you guys don't want to continue the date.
Okay. Let's pay attention one by one. Pirate hat guy. Better than he was before when he was turtling his neck and had his hands in his pockets. We're still creating an obstacle, we're creating a barrier, we're creating a boundary. Why do we need to do that when we've got an army of strong men before us? We shouldn't have to continue defending ourselves, all right? Next door, we got a guy covering his crotch, right? I used to do this a lot when I was younger. My missus at the time called it, what did she call it? Like a grave digger pose or something. She said, you look like you work in a graveyard or something, you know what I mean? Driving the hearse and that. You look like you're always going to a funeral, you know what I mean? What that is a concealment of the genital area, okay? No different to a concealment of the chest or the stomach or the throat. It's all a blockage, yeah? It's not a good thing. Moving next, we've got the tall guy in the suit looking fresh, cool, calm, confident. We see something going on in his mouth. Maybe his tongue is rubbing the inside of his mouth right now, okay? Stimulating the nerve endings, the same nerve endings we stimulate when we whistle. Have you ever heard anyone be nervous? Tends to be an old person. They're nervous and they overcompensate by attracting attention by going really. It makes them feel good because they're stimulating the nerve endings on the inside of that mouth there and the lips, okay? Up in the front, we got red dude. Put some respect on that. Cool, calm, confident, full exposure now. A lot better than what he was doing earlier. In the back there with what seems to be a very fresh get-up. The guy's been done dirty as far as his height is concerned. We've not been able to cast too much judgment of him purely because he's been obstructed, right? Which isn't going to work in his favour, okay? It's not going to work in his favour. He's going to be forgotten about by the woman who stands before this army of men and is small enough not to see him as it is, you know what I mean? We're at an elevated perspective here with the camera. I think his hands are in his pockets, not good. The dude before him with the jacket on, hands in the pockets, not good. I personally would actually say, you as a man, if you were dating or in a position where you have to date and so forth, remove excess layers. You don't need a jacket on, you don't need a coat on. It serves as an obstacle for them to see the true you and for you to expose the confidence and the comfort and the reality of what you are. I do not recommend you cover yourself up, like even when it comes to buttons, zips, unzip, unbutton to whatever comfortable degree. Done and dusted. Moving on, guy with the hat at the back. We've got holding of the wrist, not much different from the groinal blockage we've got on contestant number 2. This is a little more aggressive. I like the child whose authority figure would hold them and keep them safe by holding that particular area. We've got Nike sweater guy, grey sweater guy. Terrible blockage here. Get rid of that. Stop doing that. Guy at the end with the blonde hair. Seems cool. All right, no problems. Palms of the hands upon the legs. All right, possibly cleansing the palms of sweat. All right, everyone's under stress here. Everyone's under stress, and you'll think, bloody hell, it's like everyone's got some sort of negative body language. Do you not talk about anything positive? And the thing is, most of it is self-soothing behavior. Most of it is pacifying behavior. Most of the time, your body is so honest that it reveals the true reality of how uncomfortable we actually are living this life as humans. These are a bunch of animals who've just been stuck together in close proximity for this program. The animal in the brain, the ape of the brain, is going crazy right now, saying, this ain't my tribe. This is a bunch of potential threats. So this is why we see this manifest, all right?
And want to swipe left on Megan. 3, 2, 1.
Ask the question. She's laughing.
Want to swipe
Haha, everything's good. I'm joyful. She cracks a little joke. And then before the answer, look.
3, 2.
Ding! Let me sexualize. Let me accentuate the hip to waist ratio. Arm, little teapot, short and spout. One arm, a lot different than two arms. All right, we're not trying to take up as much space as possible, although we're trying to be a little more visible than we were before because we're a bit more expansive. But what we're doing is we're placing that hand onto the waist to accentuate our sexuality.
1.
Bada bing! And now it's a yes. So what she does is she exposes her front side completely. Cool, calm, confident, not threatened whatsoever. They're chasing me. Do you see where I'm coming from? So by default, this kind of places you in a crazy position. From the get-go now, you're in pursuit of her. So you need to start playing some power plays right about now. It's like there's dating sites, yeah, and there's one called Bumble, and the woman chooses you, right? It's nonsense. That's not the way it works. The women want a leader. They're not built to lead like we are, right? With all due respect, we are biologically different. So that woman choosing the men, that means you got no fucking chance on Bumble because you can't shoot your shot. Do you see where I'm coming from? Pay attention. I know that was counteractive to what I was saying initially, but I thought I'd throw that in the mix.
They weren't going anywhere.
Make sure to like, share, and subscribe because we're giving away 100.
Oh, awesome.
Put on this post.
Give me the money. Give me the money. We got the swiping round. I'll see you on that video. Peace. Thank you for watching. You can watch all body language breakdown videos, hours on hours of content, including the game I can't give here, via the Patreon. The link is in the description.